I'm Noreen and welcome to my kitchen. I was tagged. Nancy Nurse tagged me in this 30 question kind of get to know me thing. It's really 33 questions, but I'm not counting. It's okay. What?
I'm going to sit because I might learn something too.
You go right ahead. I don't think you'll learn anything. I think you know everything there is to know about me. I'm pretty transparent. But, so...
I should ask you the questions.
You should ask me the questions? Here, go right ahead. There's the questions. So Nancy Nurse tagged me, and she did a video because she was tagged, and I liked the way she did that, so I thought, I'm going to sit down at my kitchen table, and I've got my coffee, and it's Sunday morning, and I'm just going to answer these questions. So Rick is going to ask the questions, and I'm going to answer them. So here we go.
Well, I bet I can answer them.
You bet I bet you could too.
What is your favorite month and why?
I don't have a favorite month. I have a favorite season, and my favorite season is autumn. So it really would be unfair to single out one month when I like autumn, period. But here in North Carolina, we don't really have, we have a little bit of an autumn. This year we had more than previous years, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
I love it when the leaves turn. I love it when I walk outside and the air is crisp and I can smell the faint aroma of someone's fireplace smoke. I love being able to sit out at my fire pit with a sweater on and have a roaring fire. This particular autumn we were burning legal files, so that was interesting. I love being able to put the garden to bed. I love the change of seasons. I hate summer. Summer is my most unfavorite time of the year. I enjoy spring a lot because of my garden. I really love the autumn though. And the winter, I mean, who doesn't love a gray day? I do not suffer from seasonal affective disorder. So I love an overcast, rainy, gloomy, gray, dark day where I can just cocoon in my house with my family and do whatever it is that makes me happy. So that's the answer to that one.
Also, what month were you born in?
I was born in November. And so that would probably, you know, I love the fall, and that's Thanksgiving. I was actually born the Friday after Thanksgiving, and so was Molly. So.
Okay, what is your favorite color and why?
I don't have a specific favorite color. I love a family of colors, and that would be jewel tones and bright colors. And I'm a color junkie, so it's hard for me to really pick one. But if I had to pick only one color, it would be red. And then it would be yellow, because that's the color of my kitchen is yellow. And I think that's just a happy sunshine color. But my favorite color to wear is red or black. So that's kind of all over the place, I know. But
what was your very first YouTube video about? I remember that.
Yeah, my very first YouTube video was a mirror of a news piece that was done locally because they put up this giant drive-through scanner at...
X-ray machine.
It was an X-ray scanning machine at one of our ferry ports here, not far from where I live. And it was at the Cherry Branch Ferry, and it was a big deal because they were doing testing to see if it would work, whereby you would drive through, because when you go on the ferries, you drive your car on the ferry and it takes you across the river or across the sound or wherever you're going. It makes it a lot quicker so you don't have to drive around. But they put this scanner up, and this was just at the beginning of when I was starting to wake up, and I saw this on the news and I'm like, holy crap! So I went online, I figured out how to harvest that video, and I uploaded it on my channel. I've since taken that video and made it private, so I don't think you can view it anymore, but it got a ton of views. It wasn't until a few months, well, I think almost a year later, that I put up my very first cooking video, which was my very first pasta fagioli video, where I was only able to upload, like, I think it was less than 10 minutes at a time, and I think it was 2 parts, but, you know, over time we've evolved. But that was the first video, that giant drive-through scanner that just made my blood boil.
What was your... I want to repeat the question. What was your first YouTube channel that your first video was on?
This channel.
Yeah.
I've always had the same channel. I've never changed channels. So, this is it. Take it or leave it. What's next?
Are you happy about the new YouTube layout? Why or why not?
It is what it is. You know what? Things are going to change no matter what you do, and I think that some things I like and some things I don't.
Well, just when you get used to how something works, they change it.
Exactly. I don't necessarily like the way where I used to be able to pull up all of a channel's videos that they previously had done and see, like, if someone had uploaded part 2 of something and I wanted to look at part 1, where I could just click on the uploaded videos button and it would pull up all those videos, and I could click on part 1 and then go back to part 2. I can't do that anymore because they haven't wheedled out the worms from that particular problem yet. Then I have to go to their channel page and look at their upload. It just takes a few more steps. But overall, I really like the video on top of everything and the description bar down below. I think it just makes more sense. It's more ergonomic, if you will. It's more, it makes more sense. It's more logical from a brain function perspective. That's just my opinion. But it is what it is. You know, they're not going to stop fiddling with it, so you may as well get used to it, right? Next.
What is your favorite device? Which is kind of...
That's a loaded question, isn't it?
It could be your iPhone, it could be your mixer.
Well, I was going to say my mixer. My favorite device, if we're talking electronics device, I like my iPhone a whole lot, but I couldn't live without my KitchenAid. That would be the answer. My KitchenAid mixer.
Okay. I need to get up for this one because it says, what camera do you use for your videos? We have a Samsung.
Yeah, because he's looking at the side. It's a Samsung video camera. I don't even know what the model number is, but I can post it in the...
Called the Sidewinder.
Oh, is it? I didn't even know that.
No, wait.
I think that's the lens.
That doesn't say Sidewinder. I can't read it. I'm not sticking my head in front of the camera to try to read it.
It's a Samsung. It's not an HD camera. I upload in HD because I convert my videos to HD in a separate program. So I'm able to upload in HD, but it's all about conversion. So
we probably should have read through the questions to get this information before.
Oh, probably so. I can put it in the underbar.
Before we started using the camera.
But it's a Samsung.
Yes.
And it's a little video camera. It's not... I used to use my Nikon Coolpix camera to do the video, but the sound quality was so crappy that I decided to upgrade. And I'm considering upgrading again very soon to an even better camera, but the camera that I really want is a little pricey. And I don't know if I want to spend that kind of money on a camera right now, considering that I'm technically unemployed. What's next?
Are you an early sleeper or a late sleeper?
I think the question means, am I a morning person or a night person? And the answer is, I'm a morning person. I fall asleep fairly early, and I get up very early. And I don't get up early with an alarm. I just get up early. I'm up usually by 5:30.
That all started actually when we moved here.
It did. When we moved here from Arizona, I used to be able to sleep in before we moved here. But now, you know, they say the older you get, the less sleep you need, and I really do believe that's true.
I think for us it was a combination of being back at sea level and having just all this air to breathe, and you just feel so refreshed when you wake up in the morning.
It's true. We used to live in the mountains of Arizona, so we were at 6,800 feet. And, you know, when you live at a high altitude, the oxygen is a little thinner. But when we moved down here to sea level, it was invigorating, almost. And now we get up early. I love waking up early. I love the dark morning when it's quiet outside and you can walk out on your back deck with a steaming cup of coffee and watch your dogs. I just like the quietness of that time of day. My favorite times of day are dusk and dawn, when the earth is just starting to wake up and right before it's getting ready to go to sleep. That's my two favorite times of the day.
What is the first thing you do when you wake up?
I kiss my husband, and then we have coffee.
Sometimes it's the other way around.
Sometimes it is the other way around. It just depends. Usually the first thing that one of us has to do when we wake up is let the dogs outside. So they have to take precedence because they run this house. And then we make the coffee, and then Rick will feed them their breakfast, and then I will make the girls' lunches if it's a school day.
Unload the dishwasher if we ran it.
Yeah, unload the dishwasher if we ran it the night before. We have a pretty steady morning routine, and then we go to our, our separate corners, and I get on the internet, and he gets on the internet on his laptop, and we do what we do. So, yeah.
What do you do to help relax you before you go to sleep?
I don't need any help relaxing. I can, if I can avoid sitting down, then I will stay up all night. It's that simple. But the minute I sit down on my sofa, I'm done. I'm done. If I go jammy up and sit down on the sofa and tell Rick, hey, let's watch a program, I maybe get 10 minutes into that program and I'm out like a light.
I just let her sleep for a little while. I do what it.
Yeah, he does.
Do my stuff, and then I wake her up to go to bed.
It's true. It's true. I've never had a problem. I could probably put my head down right here and fall asleep in 5 minutes. But that has a lot to do with my thyroid disorder too, because you can fall asleep really fast. You wouldn't want to hear it either. What are you doing?
For the next question.
What?
What is your real first name?
Shot at me with the giant flashlight. My real first name is Noreen. But wouldn't it freak you out if I said Ishkabibble? This is what my grandmother used to call me when I was silly. My real first name is Noreen. My middle name is Barbara. Isn't that horrible? I guess it's not horrible if your name is Barbara, but I just thought that was weird. My mom gave me this great first name, and then Barbara. We don't even know anybody named Barbara. So anyway, that's what it is.
What? We were cooking. What are your hobbies?
You know what my hobbies are. Cooking, gardening, crafting, paper crafting, scrapbooking. I love movies. I'm a total movie junkie. I love watching TV. I know that it'll rot your brain, but I love watching TV with a lot of programs that we enjoy.
Ew.
Well, you're the one over there who's letting them give you kisses.
Puppy tongue, yeah.
Yuck.
But we do have certain programs that we do like, and we do.
Oh yeah, we do.
Stay after.
Oh yeah. The Walking Dead, a big one. You all know I love that one. Dexter, we love Dexter. We love Homeland. That's excellent if you have Showtime or if you have Netflix and have the opportunity to look up Homeland. Please, by all means, watch that show. It's fantastic. Couple that we've gotten into, and the best part about it is when we tape them on our DVR and we can skip through all the commercials. You can watch them pretty fast, and we don't have to watch TV by schedule. We can watch it whenever the heck we want to.
And then we have our guilty pleasures like Big Bang Theory,
yeah,
How I Met Your Mother, Office.
My ultimate guilty pleasure, and you know what? I'm gonna just lay it out on the table. There are some reality TV programs that I love. I absolutely love to watch Survivor and Big Brother. When the summer comes and Big Brother comes on, I cannot wait for the beginning of July to roll around, because that is, you know how much I hate the summer, right? That is my guilty pleasure for the summer, and I know it's completely mindless viewing, but that's probably why I like it.
Oh, and damn you.
Yeah. When Rick and I first met, which was on the internet, by the way,
we're one of the success stories.
he told me, and what was it? How did you put it?
I absolutely detest reality TV.
He absolutely detests reality TV. Well, I changed that up right fast, because he likes watching Survivor and Big Brother just as much as I do. But those are really the only two reality programs I think we watch. I don't watch Doomsday Preppers anymore because I really dislike it. And there's just so many freak du jour shows out there now that TV has just gone so far downhill, it's not even funny. We have several dramas that we enjoy watching, like Revolution, and like I said, Dexter, Homeland. Those are on Showtime. There's a couple on HBO that we enjoy. I can't remember. But yeah, I'm a movie junkie, and you know, if we couldn't afford it, the first thing to go would be the cable TV, but that's all right. We all have our guilty pleasures, and that's one of them for me. What's the next question?
What got you inspired to start your YouTube channel?
I actually signed up with a YouTube channel so I could watch videos and comment on them. And it kind of grew from there. Of course, putting that giant scanner, that was the first thing that really got me fired up. Because I really do believe the only way to fight what's coming is with information. And YouTube is a really great source of information and sharing. You can.
After that was that crazy billboard.
Yeah, well, that came later because I had already been putting up a lot of recipes, and then we saw that billboard. And I don't know if I even have that billboard video on public anymore. I'll have to look. But anyway, that's what inspired me. It just kind of evolved.
What one tip would you give to a new YouTuber?
Relax.
Be yourself.
Be yourself. Please, don't worry about, what other people think of you. If you are passionate about what you're presenting, it will come through.
Don't let the asshats get you down.
That's right. Don't let the asshats get you down. Because there's a very powerful tool, and you're the one in control of that tool. And it is block and remove. It took me, and it has taken me a long time to come to that realization that we are completely in control of our channel. You know what? I saw a great meme on Facebook the other day, and it said, everything's fine, I'm in my awesome bubble, and you're not allowed in. You know what? You can apply that similar attitude to your channel. This is my channel. And if you don't like it, you can go away. And that's okay. I don't get bothered by the people who thumbs down stuff. It doesn't even matter. You know what the bottom line is? YouTube looks at the thumbs up and thumbs down ratings as you got ratings. They count the total ratings. They don't count how many thumbs down there were in many cases. But if it's offensive or something, I think that they do. I don't know. Whatever. But my best advice, be yourself. And relax, be passionate about what you're presenting, and people will follow you. That's what I think. And be real, please. Please be real. I'm a real person. What you see is what you get. WYSIWYG, as I tell my kids.
Nothing fake here.
Nothing is fake here. Okay, and if you don't like what I'm saying or what I'm doing, it's okay for you to click off and watch something else. There's a billion other videos out there that you might enjoy besides mine.
That's exactly why when you see us doing videos, once in a while you'll see cats in the frames.
Sarah doesn't want to be on camera.
No.
What's next?
What is your favorite fruit?
Nectarines are my favorite fruit. It depends on the season, you know. Any stone fruit nectarines, peaches, plums, love them. Love them fresh, love them dried, love them canned. And then like now it's winter time. I love citrus fruit. I love tangelos and cuties, tangerines. I love grapefruit. Anything tangy I really enjoy. You know, I really never met a fruit I didn't like. And I really like mangoes and tropical fruits.
This was a two-part question, and I can't even answer this one because I don't think you can either. What is your favorite food?
Oh, God. Asking me what my favorite food is, asking me, like, which of my children is my favorite.
Or what's your favorite movie?
Or what's my favorite movie. That would be a really... I have one movie at the top of my list, which is probably my ultimate favorite movie of all time ever. But I love them all. If I had to pick a variety, it would probably be Italian. But
well, now you got to tell them because they're going to ask.
What?
The movie.
It's a Wonderful Life. That's my ultimate all-time favorite movie ever of all time.
Okay. What is your favorite drink?
If you're just talking a refreshing beverage, I like unsweet tea. My girls and I drink unsweet tea. We drink a gallon a day. I'm not kidding. We drink it like water. And tea is very good for you. The tannins in it are good for cleansing your kidneys and your blood. So I don't want to hear anybody tell me that it's not good for you, because
I'm a Yankee. I like it sweet.
Rick likes sweet tea. I can't stand sweet tea. I think it's the most disgusting thing ever to drink. My girls will drink it, but I just don't like it. I think I grew up drinking unsweet tea. And when you go to Arizona or out west and you order iced tea, you get it unsweet. When you come to the South, you quickly learn that when you order a big old glass of iced tea, it comes full of sugar and it's blech.
So you're trying to ruin that for me too.
I'm sorry. But on the other end of that, whoa! Sarah's doing her parkour. She does it every morning.
Well, hang on.
Rick's going to show you why.
She got too close to this over here. This is our new addition to the family. This is Speedy. Is a box turtle. And Sophie's got real protective over him.
Yeah.
So anybody who gets close to him, she goes after him. So,
yeah.
Anyway, just had to share that. Now back to the show.
Back to the drink question. The unsweet tea is what I drink on a regular daily basis. But if I'm going to tell you what my favorite libation is, I'm going to tell you that it is Bailey's Irish Cream on the rocks. That's my favorite thing to enjoy if I'm having a grown-up beverage. And if I'm having a casual grown-up beverage, I like a bloody beer. So that's what we like.
She is standing guard.
She is. She's standing guard over him. That's funny. What's next?
He became hers now. Ice cream or frozen yogurt? Another guilty pleasure.
Again, that's another guilty pleasure. But if I had to choose, it would be ice cream. And if I had to be specific, it would be Ben & Jerry's peach cobbler ice cream. That would be my very favorite ice cream.
You just answered it. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh, well, there you go. Ben & Jerry's peach cobbler. And if that's not available, Ben & Jerry's mint chocolate cookie.
What is what it says? What is your worst food? Well, I guess would be what is your least favorite food?
My least favorite food?
Peas.
I hate peas. I hate lima beans, and I hate Miracle Whip. I think it's the most disgusting thing ever created.
Yeah, she ruined that for me too.
Yeah. So, I really do. If I wanted sugar in my mayonnaise, I'd put it there myself. What was I gonna say? Oh, liver. I hate liver. Like beef liver, I hate it. I like
Hang on, that's kind of a
chicken
two-part
liver.
question.
What?
What weird story do you have with your worst food?
With my worst food?
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I have a story.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I have a funny food story, and it's not really about my worst food, but it's a funny food story nonetheless, and I'll tell you. When I was little, and I'm talking like 5 or 6 years old, okay? My father used to go fishing all the time with my grandfather, and they used to bring fish home, and then they would, in the backyard, they would scale it, and they would fillet it, and then they would wrap it up in white paper, and they would freeze it. Well, I would always call that fishing fish. And when, my mom would tell me we were having fishing fish for dinner, it was all exciting. I love fish. So one night my mom had taken a package of fish. Now, when I was a kid, and I mean, this is like ancient, but frozen fish used to come like in a rectangular block package, and it used to be like in a wax paper box, and used to have like a wax paper wrapper on the outside. The way a lot of frozen box vegetables come now today, if you like the bird's eye vegetables, you open them up, they're in a little cardboard box, but they have like a wax paper cover on them. Fish would come that way. Well, my mom said, we're having fish for dinner. I saw the box. I'm like, that's not fishing fish. I'm not eating it. And do you know that my father, who passed away when I was a girl, they had to take that fish outside and wrap it in white paper and then bring it back into the house so that I would eat it. That's a story my mother really loves to tell. I have a couple other choice stories from my youth that are absolutely hysterical and would have you in tears. But that's one of my food stories from when I was a kid. Fishing fish. Yeah.
Do you have any siblings? If so, how many?
I do. I have a brother, just one brother, and he is 5 years younger than I, and he is a school teacher / administrator in New Mexico, and he is an awesome and amazing person. And he is married to a lovely woman, and they have one child. They have my nephew Zachary, who is, God, 9 years old. Yes.
If there was one law you could change, what would it be?
Well, some of you may know that I've been a paralegal for a number of years, and you know, there are a lot of laws out there on the books that I think could use a little tweaking. I could probably address the term limitations and all of that for Congress and Senate, but I think if you want to look at things from a purely financial perspective, and you want to get the most bang for your buck, changing laws that would affect the amount of time that was spent in the courtroom, the amount of money that was spent from a judicial perspective, I think that the laws that you need to change are the laws that have to do with marijuana. I personally do not partake of. However, having been in the legal field for a number of years, the laws pertaining to marijuana possession and consumption and sale are asinine, in my opinion. And this is strictly my opinion. If we, in this country, we have more people in prison for drug-related charges that have to do with marijuana than any other country on the face of the earth. Our prisons are overcrowded. We have a lot of people who are being babysat by probation officers and just the court in general. And because it trickles down, you're not allowed to have it at all. So you have misdemeanor charges and you have felony charges, which are all based upon the amount that you may have been caught with. Then there are the paraphernalia charges. They all go back to that one thing, marijuana. Marijuana has medical benefits, but I believe the legalization of said drug, I think that if we lightened up on those things, I think that we could save a lot of money from a judicial perspective. I think we could save a lot of time, because when you start to think about the amount of money that is spent every year on this particular issue, a lot of those people are getting public defenders, or in the case here, we don't have a public defender's office. The local attorneys take turns on a list and they become appointed, and they get paid by the state a very reduced amount of money because the state doesn't have a lot of money to spread around. So, the law says that you're entitled to representation, and if you request it and you prove that you can't afford it, then an attorney will be appointed for you. It's all part of that Miranda law, right? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Do you understand these rights as they have been read to you? Well, I think that's the laws that I would change. I think the marijuana laws are far-reaching, and they have a big trickle-down effect. A lot of money is spent every year on those particular things. And if we legalize that to some degree, we could tax it, and I believe that it would help us in many respects. So that's my own opinion on that issue.
And just personally, I would rather deal with a stoned person than a drunk person any day.
I agree. I absolutely agree. And if you could see the people that have been through my office that had maybe were caught with, one joint, and then it affects you for the rest of your life because those are on your record forever. It affects your ability to get a good job. It affects your ability to do a lot of things. Now, I realize that breaking the law is never a good idea. However, I think that our laws need to grow and change with us as a society.
Alcohol is way more dangerous than it's legal.
It absolutely is. But they're never going to outlaw alcohol. You know why? What about the alcohol lobby and the cigarette lobby in Washington are big players, so, You know what? They don't have a marijuana lobby yet.
No, not yet.
What's next?
I don't know where I left off here. What is one device you wish you had?
A sun oven. I wish I had a sun oven. And I wish I had a solar generator. Those are two things I really wish I had. What's next?
We'll work on that.
Well, we're working on that. Those are on my list, you know.
Oh, this is old. What do you want for the holidays?
I never want for anything because my husband never complains when I buy stuff that I like or that he likes. So when Christmas rolls around and my kids and my husband ask me, what do you want for Christmas? I always go, ugh. It's really hard for me to make a list because I don't want for anything. And I am extremely blessed.
We have to get creative and surprise her.
And they did. They did get creative and surprise me. So I got everything I wanted. I have a healthy family. And we're happy, and that's all you can ask for, isn't it?
Yep. What is your favorite store? TJ Maxx.
TJ Maxx. I was going to say that. TJ Maxx is my favorite store. Yep.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Happy.
or you used to want to be?
I want to be happy when I grow up. You know what? This is funny because that whole what do you want to be when you grow up, I never really knew what I wanted to be when I grew up. And I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. I have had so many experiences in my life. You know, I'm 47, and in my life, I have worked in fast food. I have worked in fine dining. I have worked in hotels. I have worked in a dude ranch. I have worked at a newspaper where I learned how to work computers for the very first time. And I learned how to write, and I learned a little bit about journalism. I've worked for a real estate company. I worked as a restaurant manager. I've worked as a front desk manager in more than one hotel. I have worked as a plan room manager at a building association where I turned that business around and I helped them see a $100,000 profit in 1 year. I have worked as a paralegal. I've done a lot of different things. I've taken inventory in department stores.
You're getting ahead of yourself here. That's 3 questions away.
And every single thing I've ever done, I've learned something important, and I've taken it with me and applied it in my life. So I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. I just want to be happy.
What is your favorite state?
Ecstasy. No, seriously, my favorite state is Arizona. I miss it very, very much.
Northern Arizona.
Northern Arizona, where it snows in the mountains. But I don't know that I would ever move back there because it's so expensive to live there. Not that it's not expensive to live where I live, but I miss the West a lot. This is a whole new world down here. I do miss the West.
No fleas back there.
No fleas. And not a lot of ticks where we lived either. No. I love Arizona. I love the Grand Canyon. I love Sedona. I miss Sedona a lot. I miss Flagstaff a lot. I do. What's next?
What languages do you know?
I know English and a little bit of Spanish, but I might be able to speak a little bit if someone could only speak Spanish. Molly speaks better Spanish than I do, and Rick speaks better Spanish than the two of us. So that's it. I'm a gringo. I speak English.
What is your occupation?
Right now I'm technically unemployed, but before that I spent the last 10 years being a paralegal for a handful of different attorneys. So that's what I do, but I don't want to do that anymore. I've decided I don't want to go back into that field because...
Too much drama.
I'm done. I'm done with it. Being a paralegal for a criminal and family law attorney is enough to really turn you off to that. So yeah.
And the most important question, and the last question, what do you prefer, earphones or headphones?
I hate them
Why?
both. I don't like headphones or earphones. I absolutely detest them. I think they ruin your hearing. I think that aside from the fact that you can keep them to yourself, I would rather listen to my music on a stereo, or like we have music channels on our cable, and when we're just working around the house during the day, I have the jazz channel on almost all day long. I only use headphones that go over my head when I am on the radio for the Homestead Honey Hour. And that is the only time I use them. I absolutely detest earbuds. I hate them. So this concludes the Get to Know Me segment of our program.
Now you gotta tag some people.
I know, and I think that I'm going to tag Bev, the Themrsvolfie. So there.
Renee.
No, because Nancy Nurse has already tagged Renee.
Oh, did she?
Yes. Okay. And I think, No. So we're going to do Bev and I guess I'll do Katzcradul because I don't think she's been tagged either. So I'll do Bev and Katzcradul and we'll go from there. So I hope you enjoyed this little trip into my life, as crazy as it may be. And there you have it. I hope you got to know me a little better. So, till next time, I'll see ya.